there, viewers. How are you doing? And welcome back to the Rancher's New Beginning. Of course, it's a Sunday, spring 26th of this calendar. And I've got money. And it's coming to the end of the actual season, nearly. It goes to the 29th, this season does. And then we are in summer. Of course, I just wanted to bring you in to actually let you have a look at this new weather system. It is kind of... I don't know what the word is. I can't say misty. Right, let's have a look at the weather. So, we are 26 on Sunday. It is 22% damp, humidity, with a 6 kilometer an hour wind, and water is 44%. So I don't know what these are actually allocated to. It could be the chance of rain. I know definitely that is wind speed, and then the bottom one could be humidity in the air. It's very musky, shall we say, and it looks different. It is one of the actual new weather systems what's coming in, because they've updated the actual weather, even the snow, and I haven't even played with snow yet on this game. So that will be fantastic. It's actually a better view close up. I don't know why that is not harvestable at the moment when it was harvestable the last harvest. And today's plan is to just quickly do this harvest, let you see what actually happens, and I will be bringing you back in on the next season and going to the casino. Of course, if I lose all my money, I will not be saving the actual game. There is a motel in town, so the plan is, if I actually do win, I can save whilst I'm in town and load up the game as usual, and I can go on doing my next thing, which is of course get summer prepped and ready for the new crops coming and the new things that I've got planned. I am absolutely devastated and annoyed at myself. Of course, that is the starting point. I just logged back in because look at this mess. There's me ranting on what I'm going to be doing in this episode. Of course, then creating things which I need in the future. And of course, going and hunting for things. I forget one important thing. The most critical thing you can even do. I forgot to water my plants. And they're all gone. Of course, the seeds are actually still in the ground. The fertilizer is in the ground. I don't know if they go back to 0 and start the whole growing process again, or they go to nothing, but once you've watered them, they go back to the growth stage that they were at the time of them being unwatered. Now, let's talk about fairness. Before I even know the answer, I'm going to say just a slight little thing. If it does turn out to be, it goes back to 0, and you have to start the whole entire process again from scratch. Basically, you keep the fertilizer, you keep the seed, and that's it. Whatever days it takes to grow to harvest, that's it. Back to 0, does all that. That's a bit unfair, because if you're near the end of the month, like I am, there's no way that these strawberries are going to grow in time. So I would say the fairness of that, or doing a mistake, or just forgetting and focusing on something else, is a bit unfair. Now, if it goes to the 0 growth state, then it allows you to water the crops and they come back to the stage that they were at before you forgot to water them. Brilliant. That is nice. All what you miss out on is 1 single day's of growth, or a single day of regrowth. That, I would say, is fairness, is because you're just missing 1 day. There we go. Now, moment of truth. What is going to occur? And the answer is, I don't know. Actually, wait a sec. Yes, it looks like it goes to how it was before you actually forgot to water. These were all ready to actually harvest and water them back to ready to harvest. Okay, so it looks like you miss a day out of your cycle, with it being a growth stage or a re-harvest state. Talking about 2 different growth stages, but they're the same, it kind of does get a little bit confusing. Because, of course, you have to class ready to harvest a growth stage, because I've harvested these now. Tomorrow, they'll be ready to harvest again. Whereas the other ones were probably a day or 2 out of the actual sequence. So they would have to go back to the same stages they were and then carry on with the cycle to be ready to harvest. That is strange to say. To be ready to harvest. It's 2 readiness. now it is time for me to get to the important bit of this episode, which is the casino. I just had to get all of that in this episode, so everybody, when you actually get to playing this game, you know all the information that you can get your ears on, because you're not playing the game, so it's definitely hearing it, so, or seeing it, eyes on, ears on. No matter how you actually phrase it, this channel has always tried its best to give you all the information that you need about the games that I play, so you know what's coming. If you're playing the game or waiting for it to be released, and you're waiting to get your hands on it yourself. Okay, end of day 28. The next day is the last day of the season, so I have to do the last harvest of the season. I have got resources in my backpack ready to actually go ahead and buy the things that I need for the next season. And it seems like the actual strawberries that I planted a bit ago have now actually fully grown, so I can actually harvest everything now instead of waiting for some to grow. Well, if they are still waiting to grow, well, unfortunately for them, they're not going to be able to grow anymore, because the next day is, of course, going to be summer, and that means a whole new crop is going to be planted in. I'm going to have farm extension. I'm going to pretty up my farm as well, if you can actually call it pretty up. I'm just basically going to create a farm. I have been building all the materials that I need to make a house, fences, you name it, what I need to actually get this place looking better and looking organized as well. I've been doing it whilst I was foraging. And I'll tell you something, all the actual building materials that I used mostly are actually from me foraging in them barrels for wood, hay and stone. Some of it has been thanks to me chopping down trees and destroying the rocks, but mostly from me actually searching people's boxes. So I don't know if it's necessary to chop down trees unless it is necessary. Because if you can find time to actually search for stuff, you'll get all what you need. Might not be everything that you need in one search day. That is why you go out there every single day. That is how I've mostly made my money. About 5k from the actual crops what I harvest, and then about another 5k, probably small as 2.5k is from foraging, and that is by searching all the actual bins and all the boxes around this area. And you have to probably do about 2 trips if you want to get every single stop done. This harvest is quite big actually. It seems like the auto zoom out has actually been fixed, so that's not occurring. And now I can actually stay close up to the character. I don't know what it's like whilst driving. I'm going up this way so I can actually go to the motel and sleep there, so it saves, so I'm already in town, so I don't have to do the harvest all over again. Still going to the casino, but if I mock up at the casino, at least I can actually start from here, then go ahead and do the other plan, rent a room. But if I succeed at the casino, I can come straight back here afterwards and miss one day out of the next season instead of missing multiple. So for the last ever harvest, there we go. That is 260 basic strawberries, 70 rare, and 54 epic. So that is actually not bad, actually, to be honest. So let's start the next day. Can't remember what day it is. I do believe it's weekday. Yes, it is Thursday. So that is good. Now it is time for the casino. If it's not in the actual game, at least I've actually gone ahead and checked it out. And it makes the episode ever so shorter. And I've actually showed you some information about the game which is needed, and that is why there's the bridge, because of the river. Okay then, coming up to the casino. I do believe it's up this rampart. Win big. Be the first time ever for me to go in here. I don't know what to do. So fingers crossed. Okay. Wow, okay then. This is a very, very big place. How about I did have use. There we go. Use. And what do I do? Leave? Okay, it's not occurring. Okay. Is this place even... Oh, hello. Mike Knight. Is this place actually running at all, or do I need tokens? Can't seem to do anything. There's no music or anything. Use. Yeah, I think it's all for show. Use. Not available in this version. Okay then, so the ATM isn't available. Okay, there's money fans here. Can I use this? No, that's not in the game yet. I don't think the casino's actually in the game. Unless I need chips. Oh, I actually do fancy some fish and chips actually for tea now. Thanks, Casino. You made me hungry. Bartender, you got any chips? Oh, the fried kind though. Okay. Well, that's a bit disappointing. I actually thought it would have been actually implemented because it's here. Oh, hello. I can speak to someone. Hello. Always a pleasure to see a familiar face. I've only been here once. Dark side. What? Okay, and conversation. So, it's just conversations then. And... yep, nothing to be seen or heard. Play. Oh, here we go. Play. Yeah, let's play. Play. How do I... it's just saying E to leave. Not available in this version. There we go. There we have it. So, the casino is definitely not available, unfortunately. Near enough 100. Hello. Shiny distraction. Okay. Near enough 100,000 to actually spend here. That is one fantastic, brilliant car. So once this is actually available, I reckon it's going to be a bundle of fun, to be honest. Oh, shall I? Hello! Anybody in here? Woohoo! No, no one in there? Okay then. Alright, there we go. There we have it. It's just been an update video then. Nothing special, really. Do apologise about that. I didn't know it was in the actual game or not. Wow, the glass though. That's awesome. Can't wait until it is actually officially in the actual game. But at least I'm actually here in town, ready for this season, so I can actually go and buy things now. Which is fantastic. And I've got the money to do so. Blooming heck. Anyhows, this is indeed the end of the episode. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this video has been entertaining and informative. And remember, I appreciate you all, and you'll see me in the next one.